However, sometimes the government is forced to take some strong decision and pass unpopular or controversial laws which might be beneficial for one section of the society, which might be essential for preserving peace in the society. So sometimes the government of India is forced to pass some or you can say is forced to take some strong decision and pass an unpopular or controversial law. That means controversial means that means if this law is implemented, there will be fight in our country. But why they are doing? So that due to the passing of this law, one section of our society will be benefited, and hence there will be peaceful in the society. Public protest against such laws might also be curbed by strong measures, even by using police force. So, as there will be many social group who will not like the who will not want to implement this controversial law in our country. So obviously they will protest against the government of India. Okay, but they can. That means the government of India can stop the they can stop the protest by the use of police force. While the government has to give importance to the public opinion, it also need to maintain discipline and order in the society, and thus sometimes it forced to take strong decision even at the cost of becoming unpopular. So it is a duty of the government to give importance to the public opinion. That means what our public demands, okay, and they have to pass the law according to the public opinion. Okay, and it also needs to, that is the government also needs to make the discipline and order in our society. Okay, and due to or you can say as they have to make the discipline and order in our society, sometimes the government have to they have to forcefully take strong decision, and they have to forcefully implement the unpopular law in our country. Next is the enactment of a new law, right to education. Education is of utmost importance for the progress of any country. So education plays an important role in order to develop any country. When India gained independence, the state of education in the country was very poor. So when we got independence in the year 1947, the condition of the education system was very poor. The government established the University Education Commission and the Secondary Education Commission to modernize the education system. So our Indian government, they have established two important education commission. The first one is University Education Commission, and the second one is Secondary Education Commission, in order to develop the education system in our country. In 1961, the National Council of Educational Research and Training, that is NCERT, was formed. Remember the full form. What was the duty of the NCERT? It advised the union and the state government on education policy. So the main objective in order to establish the NCERT is that they will advise the union, that is the central government, and the state government on the implementing certain education policies at the national level and at the state level. Fact box. The Parliament has recently passed the Land Bill, which aims to provide fair and just compensation to farmers and to those who lose livelihood on account of acquisition. The bill has been passed by both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. It will become a law after the President give his assent to it. So a new law is being implemented in our country, and which is very soon which is going to implement in our country, which is known as Land Bill. According to Land Bill, in the farmers will get the compensation. Okay, compensation, that means in the form of money if their crops are you can say if their crops are harmed by the natural calamities. That means with the help by the you can say shortage of water, or there is a huge amount of rainfall in that particular region, then the government of India will provide the compensation. The bill has been passed by both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, the bill has been passed from the both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Now it is waiting for the President assent. That means President signature. Once he give his signature, then the land bill will be implemented in our country. The first national policy on education, that is NPE, in 1968 called for ensuring compulsory education for all children up to the age of 14. So, a first national policy on education was implemented in the year 1968, and it called for a meeting that ensuring compulsory education for all the children up to the age of 14. It is also called for equalization of educational opportunity, especially for women, scheduled caste, and scheduled tribes. So, why this national policy of education was implemented? So that all the people, or you can say all the children, can get the educational opportunities in our country, especially for women, scheduled caste, and scheduled tribes category. To achieve this, scholarships, adult education, recruitment of more teachers for the marginalized communities, incentives for sending children to school regularly, and new institutions were adopted. So, in order to achieve this goal, that means free and compulsory education for all the children up to the age of 14, the government of India had provided scholarship, that means money, so that they can send their children in the school, and hence they can get education. Even adult education was also given, that means the person who are, you can say, of any age, okay, they can get education, who have not got education at the elementary level. Recruitment of more teachers, that means more teachers were appointed, so that there will be teachers at the uh, that means there will be teachers who will be implemented, or who will be appointed in different schools where they can provide the education facilities. Incentives, that means providing different types of meal, that means midday meal schemes. That means if you will send your children to our school, we will provide one time food, that means lunch will be provided from the school. So due to which the parents will send the children to the school, and hence they will get education plus they will get the food. So that's why they have the government has used these measures, so that they can attract as number of children in the school, and hence they can get education facilities. And new institutions were developed, that means many schools were also developed. The government has continuously realized the need for educating the mass, especially the children. So our Indian government has they have realized that that every children in our country should get education. Illiteracy will make the children more prone to unlawful activities. So according to the Indian government, illiteracy, that means who don't know who don't know to read and write. So if there will be increase in the illiteracy in the children will go they will be influenced by the different unlawful activities in our country. That means they will use the illegal way, and they will go in the wrong path. So that's why our Indian government has have taken this step. In the 1990s, the government adopted the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, that is education for all movement, a program aimed at the universalization of elementary education, so that free education to children aged 6 to 14 become a fundamental rights. So in the year 1990s, the Indian government had adopted or launched the new scheme, that is the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, and according to this program, it aimed to give elementary education, that means to provide elementary education to, and that to a free of cost, to all the children between these age 6 to 14 years, and hence these education facilities, that is free and compulsory education at the elementary level, it should be the fundamental right in our country. Finally, in 2009, right to children right of children to free and compulsory education act, or right to education RTE act, was enacted by the parliament. So our Indian government in the year 2009, they have you can say adopted a new right, that is right of children to free and compulsory education act, or right to education, that is RTE act, was implemented by our Indian government. The act came into effect on 1st April 2010. So though it was finally decided in the year 2009, but it came effect from 1st April 2010. It asserted the importance of free and compulsory education for children between 6 and 14 years of age in India. So the aim of this act was to provide free and compulsory education for all children between the age of 6 and 14 years of age. Right to education has also become a fundamental right. So now right to education has become the fundamental right. That means every citizen of our country has have got this right, and nobody can take this right from them. The act also outlines specific responsibility for the center, state and local bodies for its implementation. So the act not only provide free and elementary education for or you can say free and compulsory education for all children from 6 to 14 years of age, but it also provide the responsibility for the central, state and local government, so that these right to education should be implemented in our country in a proper way. That means at the village level also this right to education should be implemented. And with this we end the chapter.